Welcome to the deep dive session of another episode of Decode with Nitin. Today we're going to explore something pretty unexpected. Globally, print media seems to be slowing down, but in India, regional newspapers are making a serious comeback. In fact, they're doing more than just surviving. They're thriving. So what's behind this? How are regional papers holding their own in an era dominated by digital?
It's a pretty fascinating phenomenon, right? We're so used to hearing about the death of print, especially when digital platforms are so dominant. But in India, regional print media is bucking the global trend. It's not just a quiet survival, it's a bold, vibrant comeback. And this isn't just about readership, it's also about advertising. The key question for today: are these regional newspapers actually more engaging than their English language counterparts?
Absolutely. It's about the local connection. India's regional print media has this powerful blend of local identity and trust with readers, which really sets it apart. But first, let's take a step back and talk about the media landscape in India for the next few years. In 2024 and 2025, where are advertisers placing their bets?
Well, according to reports, digital still dominates, holding about 41% of the advertising pie. It's growing at a pretty robust pace too, 22% year over year. TV is second with 33% still growing, but at a slower pace. And then there's print, holding a 17% share. Smaller, yes, but it's growing at 4% year over year.
Right. And even though print's slice is smaller, it still translates to a huge number. Over 19,000 crore, or more than $2.3 billion, just in print advertising for 2024. The most interesting part? Over 55% of that went straight to regional newspapers.
That's huge. And what's even more striking is that these regional papers are growing faster than their English counterparts, both in terms of readership and ad revenue. What's behind this resurgence? Why are regional newspapers in India bucking the global trend of decline?
It's a mix of factors, but at the heart of it is what I call deep penetration and household habit. In Tier 2, Tier 3 cities, and rural India, regional newspapers aren't just sources of news. They're a daily companion, part of the rhythm of life.
I see. And this deep connection doesn't just come from reach, it's about trust. People trust these newspapers because they've been around for generations. It's not just information, it's the family's go-to source for news.
Exactly. And here's the kicker. A 2023 Kantar study found that print media is still the most trusted source of information in India. More than TV, more than digital. Especially when it comes to sensitive info like government schemes or health updates. That trust factor is a game changer.
Right, it's more than just news delivery. It's a relationship. It's about speaking directly to people in their own language about things that matter to them. Take local festivals like Pongal or Durga Puja. Regional newspapers can tailor ads to these cultural moments in ways digital platforms can't quite replicate.
Exactly. And when it comes to advertising, this local connection is gold. It's not just generic ads, it's hyper-local, culturally relevant campaigns, and that's something advertisers are really starting to realize.
So what makes regional print work so well in India compared to English language papers? There's a pretty clear distinction. Regional papers have wider reach in rural and emerging urban areas. English newspapers are more urban, more niche, catering to an elite audience.
And the trust factor is much higher in regional papers, especially in smaller cities where these papers are seen as the most reliable source. And regional newspapers also engage readers in their mother tongue, which leads to deeper comprehension and stronger connections.
That's crucial. And when it comes to ROI, regional papers often deliver higher returns for advertisers. Lower costs, higher attention, and the ability to target specific local markets. It's about making sure your ad gets noticed and remembered.
Exactly. And if we're talking categories, regional papers are perfect for FMCG, banking, real estate, and government schemes. English papers, They're better for luxury brands or high-end products.
Take the example of a campaign for Parachute hair oil in Maharashtra. When the ads ran in Lokmat, a major Marathi paper, sales increased by 24% compared to when they were placed in national dailies. That's a clear sign of regional print's power.
And it's not just the advertisers noticing. CEOs and CMOs are all talking about this shift. For instance, Suklina Neja, CEO of Good Glam Group, said regional print helped them gain instant visibility and trust in regional markets.
That's a big deal, especially when social media platforms can match that level of trust and connection. But there's more. For Tata Starbucks, regional print played a huge role in expanding into smaller cities like Indore and Surat.
It's all about tapping into that local sentiment, right? And regional print media is delivering that in a way digital platforms can't quite match. But that doesn't mean digital is out of the picture.
Definitely not. The smart move right now is blending print and digital. Brands are using regional print to build trust, then following it up with digital engagement. A perfect example is Britannia's 2023 campaign in Gujarat. They started with print ads in Gujarati newspapers, then used WhatsApp and YouTube to engage people. The result? A 9x engagement uplift in Gujarat.
Smart integration. It shows how combining both worlds, print and digital, can amplify the impact. And sectors like FMCG, retail, BFSI, and even government schemes are really seeing the benefits of this approach.
Absolutely. But of course, regional print still faces challenges. There's the constant pressure of rising input costs, especially with newsprint inflation, and better metrics for measuring ROI are always needed.
And they still need to integrate better with digital platforms to create a smoother consumer journey. But even with these challenges, the future looks promising with innovations like QR code integrations and programmatic print buying.
Exactly. And let's not forget about the small and medium enterprises, SMEs. They're driving a lot of the growth in regional print advertising, spending over 25,000 crore annually. That's a huge chunk of the local advertising spend.
So if you're an advertiser, what should you take away from all this? First, definitely include regional print in your media plans for Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. It's crucial for building local relevance and trust.
Second, make sure you use print strategically for key moments like product launches or festive season spikes. And lastly, integrate print with digital tools like WhatsApp and vernacular social media to create a seamless end-to-end impact.
To wrap it up, regional newspapers in India are proving to be more than just survivors. They're a vital, growing force in the media landscape. And if advertisers want to connect with real India, they need to pay attention to regional print.
That's right. Regional print offers an incredible opportunity for advertisers to build trust, engage with local cultures, and achieve real impact. In a market as diverse as India's, ignoring regional print is pretty much ignoring India itself.
So here's a final thought for you, our listeners. How can other media platforms like digital or national outlets learn from regional print success in building deeper, more authentic audience engagement in India?
Food for thought. Thanks for listening, everyone.
And do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Though there is no hurry, you may do it whenever you have time.
Oh yeah, let me do it right away before I miss it.
Of course, and I have already done it long back.
Wow, great. I have done it now too.